Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing out there? How you YouTubers doing out there today? Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, my YouTube channel. You know, the Cheryle Hubbard Show. The Cheryle Hubbard Show. Glad you can join me. Thanks for being here. So what I want to do today, just want to do a little, a little counting review. So, a little counting review. So, just a little counting review. Just a little counting review. So first of all, I do have me some. I have some cottage cheese. You know the hood I always tell you about. My hood, and this is pineapple. And then today I have some Deer Park water today. Yes. So sometimes when you're talking, your mouth get a little dry. So talking, mouth get a little dry. So I'm just right here in the little dining room area. Water nice and cold, good too. Yeah, nice and cold, good. So first, let's do it. I want to do a little review. So, in other words, we talk about a little business first, I guess. In other words, for business, well, accounting, basically accounting and business go hand in hand. So accounting, in other words, you're running a business, you have your business name, target market, your niche, your business licenses, whatever licenses you need. You have your, are you going to market through social media? What channels are you going to market? Social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Are you going to market through the channels of retail like Target, Kmart, Target, Walmart? So it would be good if you had a business. Say for instance, me, I'm running. If I have even when I write my books, That's a business within itself. So in other words, I'm writing my books. If I can get my books in those retail stores, those big retail giants, that would be good. Get them on the store shelves. Even if you have a product, say for instance, you create a product, food product, or some other kind of product. It could be a food product. It could be hair care, skin care, whatever product you have. And so Target, they have so many, different products on their shelves. So that would be a good thing. So Target, Walmart, Kmart. Now, if I'm running a business and I'm just running my book writing could be my business as well. So, and just as I said in my previous video, would be a good. I like retail because I could market Nike T-shirts, Nike headbands, and also have Nike socks. I would like to market all different socks, different color socks, men, women, and children, even baby socks. So it's a market for that. It's a market for everything. All different types of socks, all colors for men, women, children, and infants. We have a market for that. We have a market for that. We have a market for dresses. We have a market for men's suits, your suits, even men's ties, men's suits, men's ties, men's dress shirts, men's dress shirts, men's dress shoes, blackboards. When I ordered this blackboard, there was a market for that. There's a market for that. Anything you want is on Amazon. So Amazon is a network within a network of networks. So all different types of stores are on Amazon. So just about anything you want and need, you can go right through Amazon and get it. And then even Uber Eats, that's like a network of networks. Whatever type of food you want, Uber Eats is set up just like Amazon, and Uber Eats is set up just like Amazon. So when you go to your app, download your app, your Uber Eats app, and then you can say, for instance, you say, shoot, I want some chicken, I want some French fries, You download your app, and then you select the store that you want to order from. Then they have stores that sell sub sandwiches and things of that nature. Even McDonald's, a lot of times when I use Uber Eats, I use I order McDonald's, but they also have Chipotle's and Popeyes, McDonald's, Wendy's. Just about any type of food you want, shrimp or whatever, you go right to that Uber Eats app, and the apps are free, but Uber Eats is kind of high. Uber Eats, they charge you so many fees. That's why sometimes I just try to, go to the grocery store and get, my ingredients and make, my food at home, because sometimes there's nothing wrong with getting, but it's not really healthy for you to eat fast food every day. So I do try to make sure I go to the grocery store, once a week, once every week. Make sure I have my vegetables, my greens, my kale, my collard greens, my spinach. And I really don't like broccoli that much, even though it's good for you. Every now and then I might get broccoli too. Then sometimes rice, you can get the brown rice. And then when I get pasta, when I'm making my homemade spaghetti, you can use, I use that whole wheat pasta, 100% whole wheat pasta. I use that. And you can't even tell the difference. You can't tell the difference. It tastes just like the regular pasta, because all I do, I mix my sauce. I use the ragu sauce, but you can also make your own. You can also season your sauce the way you want to. But I use the ragu sauce, everything already in it. I use that, and then what I do, warm that up in a separate pan, put a little water in it, pour the sauce out in a separate frying pan, put a little water in it, little piece of margarine, about a third piece of you get a whole stick, but you just cut a little, about a third of that. Not a third, but even less than that. Probably like maybe an eighth or something like that, because it's like one stick. It's less than a third. So you take the little piece of margarine, then you pour your sauce in your pan, your ragu sauce, a little piece of margarine, not the whole stick, but a little piece, a little sugar, a little water, stir it up, and let it heat up. Then you have your whole wheat pasta. You cook that in a separate pan. Put the salt in the pan. So what I do, put my salt in the pan, let the water boil first. You can also put salt and pepper in the pan if you want to, but probably just salt. Put a little salt in the pan, let the water boil. Then put your whole wheat pasta right in the pan. And then when everything gets done, then I just mix it together. Oh, sometimes you just be so thirsty. Good cold water. So, okay, let me get back to the business. Now, in other words, I'm running a business, and business and accounting. Business and accounting goes hand in hand. I'm running a business. My business, say for instance, my business is, like I said, books. I'm writing books. I made a business out of writing books. So I made a business out of writing books. So I still had to do my accounting books. So in other words, I have, say for instance, I got about 50 books I wrote, and I want to make sure I account for my revenue coming in, my income coming in from writing my books and my sales revenue from selling my books, copies of my books, my sales revenue. So I want to account for my sales revenue. So I have my business name, I have my niche, I have my target market, I have my brand I'm building. My brand is, Cheryle's Book Writing Business, LLC. Cheryl's Children's Books. Cheryl's Children's Book Writing. Cheryl's Children's Book Writing. Something like that, LLC. So I have all that. I have my niche, my target market, I'm building my brand, trying to market on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and then I want to get my books, I have a book writing business. I want to get my books out there in Target. I want to get out in Target, Walmart, Kmart, and where, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, wherever books are sold, that's where I want to put my book at. I want to put my book on every shelf that I can get it on. So even I want it in the Google Play Store. Now I have several books in the Google Play Store now. So in other words, I have my book writing business. I want to do my accounting books. So say for instance, I have like I said, 50 books and I made $100,000. I made $100,000. So I made $100,000 in my book writing business. So what I want to do, I want to put, I want to debit my cash account. I want to debit my cash account $100,000, and then I want to credit my owner's equity $100,000. Just well, I can actually let me see. Let me see if I can write bigger than that. Let's see if I can write bigger than that. Okay, let's do it like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's better. See it better. So I have cash. So cash. I made $100,000 for my book. I sold, I sold some copies of my books. $100,000. I want to debit my cash. $100,000, and then it's my owner's equity. Then I want to credit owner's equity. Then I want to credit my owner's equity $100,000. So that's just so in other words, I sold $100,000 worth of books and debit my cash account. So in other words, this is debits and this is credit, and this is debit and this is credit. So I made $100,000 when I sold my book. So in other words, a book writing business. So it's any type of business that you want, there's a market for everything. So even this dress I have on, t-shirts, tennis shoes, pants, even this necklace, earrings, even these bundles that I wear, there's a market for these. It's a market for everything. And they even have a market for doing eyebrows. Some people they have salons set up now where you just go in and you can get your eyebrows done, and that's a market for that. And then they have a market for you can get them done, you get them plucked. I don't get mine plucked, but I just put a little eyebrow pencil on them a little bit, and that's it. And so there's a market for that. Then there's a market for go somewhere. I'm wondering now, do they have a place where you can just go and like a salon where you just go get your makeup done? That would be we already know it's a market for that. So there's a market for that. It should be a market where you can go just get your ears pierced too. Cause I know I got my ears pierced years ago. In other words, they just have you set. If you have a place that you can set up, get a business license, you have your target market, your business license, your name of your business, your place where you want to be located, you have you trying to build your brand. You have a business. Say, for instance, my business. I could have a business. Cheryl's ear piercing. Cheryl's ear piercing. Salon LLC or business. Cheryl's ear piercing. Business LLC. The only thing I do in there. People come in. I pierce your ears. Or I even have. I own the place, but I have 4 or 5 people working for me. And when people come in, I expect my customer service to be top flight. I want to run an effective and efficient business. I have people coming in. I have somebody working where they scheduling appointments where the people come in certain days, certain times, get the ears pierced, and that's all I do. I just pierce ears, my business. We just pierce ears all day. Or like I said, I could have a business. Well, whatever business I have, I want to build my brand. I want to build that trust up in my customer. I want my customer to be able to trust me. I want to be able to trust my customer. I want them to be able to trust my employees. I want them to know that when they come to my business, they come on. They're gonna get top flight customer service. They're gonna get treated excellent. We're gonna have excellent behavior, and they are going to be treated with excellent customer service. They're going to be able to trust that my products that I use on their ears, when I pierce their ears, the products are going to do what they say they're going to do. So, whatever type of products I need for ear piercing, so the ears won't get infected when they come to get them pierced. I will concentrate on building my brand. I want a strong brand. I want them to be able to trust me when they come in. So when they come into my business, I want them to be, maybe tell a friend. say, hey, I got my ears over there. They do a good job. So they use, whatever, I would have to do my research. If I did run a business like that, I would have to do my research, find out exactly what type of equipment I need to do the ear piercing. I know when I got my ears pierced years ago, it's like a little staple gun they use on my ear. They just clip like that, put a little alcohol on it, I believe, and you click it like that. It looks like a little staple gun, and then the earring is already in it. So the earring is already in the little staple thing, and they just click it, put your earring on, staple it like that, and the earring will come right on your ear. So I had my ears pierced years ago and never had a problem. So, and I think they did, I don't know if it was down Hex or Sears, one of the stores, they were doing it. So that was some years ago. I don't know, maybe about 10 or 15 years ago. It had to be at least 15 when I got my ears pierced, and I haven't had any problems. So, like I said, that great customer service. That lady that did it, she did a good job. Just stuck it like that, bam, the earring came out and on both sides, and there you have it. And your ears are pierced. So, so that's how that goes. So like I said, you got in your business, whatever kind of business it is, there's a market for so many things. There's a market for light bulbs, a market for painting, market for putting down carpet, because I just had some carpet put down last year. So, a gentleman came in and did a great job. Now this is pineapple hood. So it's a pineapple hood. So sometimes I eat this and I don't have to eat a whole lot, And real good too. So good. You eat a couple of these, it curbs your appetite. Right? If you're going to work, these are good to take for your lunch. This right here, maybe a couple of tuna fish sandwiches, or even, if you eat light, some crackers and tuna fish. So sometimes when you're going to work, you don't want to take a whole lot of food that would be too heavy on your stomach. But this is so good. Then I got a couple large ones, but they are peaches. This is pineapple. So this is the pineapple hood. And it's so good. It is so good. And then I have two large ones, but they are peaches. So they do. Now it will make you thirsty. And I usually drink my Lala's. Now I bought some today. I went to the grocery store and bought some Lala's today. But I said, you know what? Let me drink a little water this time. So let me finish. Okay, I'm just talking about business, and this is accounting. In other words, I'm running a business, and like I said, you could be running any kind of business. So I deposited I made 100,000. So actually, this could be this is my initial investment right here. I meant to say this is my investment. I invested 100,000 in my business, so I debit cash, credit on his equity. Now what I want to do. So now what I want to do is let that dry a little bit while I'm talking. Okay, I invested 100,000 in my business. I debit cash 100,000, credit my owner's equity account. So whatever business I'm running, I could be running. Say for instance, I said I'm doing eyebrows. I'm arching people's eyebrows, and then I put, do what I need to do. I have everything I need. I have my employees. I have my business set up. I have my storefront. I have my online presence. I have my employees. I have a name of my business. I have Cheryl's Eyebrow Services LLC, and I have I'm building my brand, Cheryl's Eyebrow Services LLC. Build my brand. I have my name of my business, my target market. I'm targeting 2 or 3 different target groups. I have my niche. My niche is just gonna be, you know, my niche could be just sensitive, I guess. Sensitive eyebrows, or thick eyebrows, thin eyebrows, or a niche sort of something like that. So I have my niche. I have a target market. I'm building my brand. I have my storefront. I have my online presence. I have my proper business licenses. I might want to create that diverse workplace environment so I can build that competitive advantage. I want to build that competitive advantage in my business. So my business is a Cheryl's eyebrow, and it's an LLC. Cheryl's eyebrow. It could be Eyebrow Services LLC. So Cheryl's Eyebrow Services LLC, and so I want to create a diverse workplace environment. I want to hire. When I do that, I want to hire. Say for instance, I want to hire. I can hire some African Americans, Latinos, Caucasians. I'm hire anyone that's suited for the job. When I put my announcement up, online, say I'm hiring whoever's qualified for the job. So, and also I'm thinking about a diverse workplace environment. I want to create that competitive advantage. I want my employees to bring in, the skills that they have. Bring in the skills that I'm looking for. Bring those skills and bring that different, bring in new knowledge, different knowledge, new knowledge. Bring in, they'll be bringing in, different skills, different way of doing things, different religion. So, they can come in, they might empower and inspire and encourage the employees that's already working for my company. So when all of them get together, they work together, then that's creating a diverse workplace environment. So creating a diverse workplace environment that'll help me build that competitive advantage. So I want to keep up with my competitors. I want to be ahead of my competitors. I want to be ahead of my competitors. I want to be able to join those customers because I want my customers to keep on coming back. So I want the customers to keep on coming back. So when they come back and they know that customers keep on coming back and they know that I offer good customer service. So that's going to make them want to come back. So when they come back and they say, I'd rather come over here because we get better treatment over here. So we are getting good treatment over here in this business as opposed to going to this other business. So that's how they go. So in other words, my business, Cheryle Eyebrow LLC. So say for instance, my business. Now what I want to do, I need my supplies. Now I need my supplies. Say for instance, I need my supplies now. My supplies, say for instance, I need my supplies. My supplies it's gonna come out of my cash account. I invested $100,000 in the business, but I need $20,000. I need $20,000 worth of supplies. So I want to debit my supplies, and it's gonna come out of my cash account. So I want to credit my cash account $20,000. I want to credit my cash account $20,000. and debit supplies $20,000. So that leave me. I still have $80,000 of equity in my business because I had invested $100,000. So $100,000, I debit cash $100,000, and I credit owner's equity $100,000. But then I went back and said I need some supplies. So I debit my supplies account $20,000, credit my cash account $20,000. So that's how they go. So that would be, just a couple of transactions for the business. And so a couple of transactions for the business. So in other words, and here goes something, look, completing the accounting cycle. And just an example of a company, Motorola company, best known for its computer chips, cellular telephones, pagers, and other electronic products, was awarded the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award for superior management of its quality control processes, or total quality management. The U.S. Department of Commerce grants this award every year to companies that do exemplary work in each of three categories. Motorola won the Malcolm Baldrige Award in the manufacturing category. This probably was some time ago because this is my college book. So it says completing the accounting cycle. So completing the accounting cycle. So in other words, after studying this chapter, you should be able to prepare an accounting worksheet, use a worksheet to complete the accounting cycle, close the revenue, expense, and withdrawal accounts, correct typical accounting errors, classify assets and liabilities as current or long-term, use the current and debt ratios to evaluate a business. So the accounting cycle is a process by which companies produce their financial statements for a specific period of time. For a new business, the cycle begins with opening up the ledger accounts. Gary Lyons started his accounting practice on April 1, 1921. So the first step in the cycle was to open the account. So the first step, when I started, I opened the account. I opened my account with my cash, debit my cash, $100,000, credit owner's equity $100,000. Then I went back and bought some supplies for my business. So my supplies. So since I bought supplies became an asset. So I debit supplies $20,000, and the supplies that I bought supplies. They cost me $20,000. So it came out my cash account. So I credit my cash account $20,000. So they're still gonna leave me with $80,000 in owner's equity. So then we have this is a nice big book. This is an accounting book that I learned from in school. So just a little review, just a review. Just reading a little bit from the accounting book. Let's see what else I have. Okay, it says preparing the financial statements. Even though the worksheet shows the amount of net income or net loss for the period, it is still necessary to prepare the financial statements. So in other words, if you're doing worksheets and it says even though the worksheets are showing the net income and net loss, it's still important to do your financial statements, your income statements, your balance sheet, and your statement of owner's equity. And just reading a little bit, closing the accounts. So in other words, at the end of the accounting cycle, you might need to close certain accounts. So they say, according to the book, you only close the temporary accounts. So it says the term closing the accounts refers to the end of period step that prepares the accounts for recording the transactions of the next period. So when they close the accounts, you're preparing the accounts for the next period, the next accounting period. Closing sets the balances of the revenue and expense accounts, and posting the closing. Closing the accounts consists of journalizing and posting the closing entries. Closing sets the balances of the revenue and expense accounts back to zero in order to measure the net income of the next period. Closing is a clerical procedure that requires only accounting procedures that we have already covered. So it says temporary, usually close the temporary accounts, revenues and expenses. Then you have the permanent accounts. To understand better the closing process, contrast the nature of the temporary accounts with the nature of the permanent accounts. See, it said briefly, closing entries transfer the revenue, expense, and owner withdrawal balances from their respective accounts to the capital account. Income summary, which collects in one place the total debit for the sum of all expenses and the total credit for the sum of all revenues of the period. The income summary account is like a temporary holding tank that it is used only in the closing process. So the income summary account is only used in the closing process. Then we have the post-closing trial balance. The accounting cycle ends with the post-closing trial balance. The post-closing trial balance is the final check on the accuracy of journalizing and posting the adjusting and closing entries. So I want to see, let me see. So, in other words, when you are doing your accounting transactions, when you're doing your accounting transactions, like in other words, you're in class, you're taking some classes. So it's best to learn the terms first. So that's what I did when I first started my accounting. When I first took accounting, the first few pages, you learn the terms first before you get to the T accounts. In other words, we have assets. Assets are the economic resources that benefit a business and will continue to do so in the future. Most firms use the following asset accounts. We have cash. Cash is an asset account. Notes receivable. A business may sell its goods or services in exchange for a promissory note, which is a written pledge that the customer will pay the business a fixed amount of money by a certain date. The notes receivable account is a record of a promissory note the business expects to collect in cash. We have accounts receivable. A business may sell its goods or services in exchange for an oral or implied promise for future cash receipt. And then we have prepaid expenses, which is an asset. So in other words, prepaid expenses, in other words, you pay the expenses ahead of time. So prepaid expenses becomes an asset. You paid it ahead of time. It's an asset. You'll get to use it in the future. A business often pays certain expenses in advance. Prepaid expenses an asset because the business avoids having to pay cash in the future for the specified expense. So you can use it in the future. It's already paid. The ledger holds a separate asset account for each prepaid expense, prepaid rent, prepaid insurance, and office supplies are accounted for as prepaid expenses. Land. The land account is a record of the cost of land a business owns and uses in its operations. Land held for sale is accounted for separately in an investment account. Then we have building. Building is an asset. The cost of a business is buildings, office, warehouse, garage, and the like appear in the building account. Buildings held for sale are separate assets accounted for an investment. Then we have equipment, furniture, and fixtures. A business has a separate asset account for each type of equipment, office equipment and store equipment. For example, the furniture and fixtures account shows the cost of this asset, which is similar to equipment. Then we have liabilities. Liabilities are basically the bills that you owe. We call that a liability is a debt. You have the bills that you owe. A business generally has fewer liability accounts than asset accounts because a business's liabilities can be summarized under relatively few categories. Then we have notes payable, which is a liability. Notes payable, accounts payable. And then we have accrued liabilities. In other words, liabilities steady building up, but you haven't paid them yet, but they're building up. In other words, they're accruing, they're adding up. They haven't been paid yet. That's an accrued liability. Then we have owner's equity, the owner's claim to the assets. So in other words, when I said I deposited, I invested 100,000 in my business. Say I had my eyebrow business, and I invested. I have my niche, my target market, my brand. I'm building my brand. I have my business name. I have my online presence. I'm trying to create a diverse workforce. I have everything, and I'm hiring Caucasians, African Americans, Indian, Latinos. So I'm creating a diverse workplace environment in my company. So I can create a competitive advantage. I want to be ahead of my competitors. I want to be ahead of them, or even I want to keep up with them. I want to have things that they have. I want to benchmark, find out what my competitors are doing. So that's owner's equity. When I put my 100,000, when I invest my 100,000 in my business, I'm trying to build my brand. I put 100,000 in my business, and I debit my cash account and credit my owner's equity account. So that comes with my capital. Owner's equity in your capital account is the same thing. So then when I go to withdraw, then I have a withdrawals account. Say for instance, my business. Also, I can have a withdrawals account too. Matter of fact. So in other words, but it could come out my cash account. So in other words, I had $20,000 for $20,000 for my supplies. $20,000 for my supplies. I debit my supplies. Supplies is an asset. So debit and credit, and then my cash, and also I can also at the same time too. Oops. I can also at the same time I could have had instead of cash. In other words, I took $20,000 and bought some supplies, so I debit my supplies account $20,000. And then I also could have had my withdrawals account. My withdrawals account, I would debit my withdrawals account $20,000. I withdrew $20,000 and I bought some supplies. Supplies is an asset, so I debit my supplies account $20,000. So, I'd love to get one of them boards one day. One of the boards that will, that you can, just hang on the wall. So I don't know. There's nothing in the back that hangs that on. Nothing in the back that hangs it on the wall. So I just, lean it like that. Okay, so then we have revenues. The increase in owner's equity created by delivering goods or services to customers or clients is called revenue. So in other words, my business, like I said, I'm doing eyebrows. Or even makeup, whatever business I'm doing. I'm providing a service. I'm creating revenue. So revenue, so it increases my owner's equity. I'm bringing in revenue in my business. I'm creating sales revenue. I'm bringing money into my business. So that would be revenue. That's how you create revenue. Working, you go to work. That's revenue. So then we have the last one is expenses. The cost of operating a business is called expense. Expenses have the opposite effect of revenues. So the expenses are the things that you pay out. So you have rent expense. You might have anything, even overhead. Anything that's not related to the actual making of a product will be your overhead. So it's in the cost of operating a business called expense. Expenses have the opposite effect of revenues. So they decrease owner's equity. So when you're paying out your expenses, that's going to decrease owner's equity. That means it's going to make it, your owner's equity will be less. Decrease means to go down. Increase means comes up. So you increase it and you pull it in more. Adding up and it's going down. Decrease means it's going down. A business needs a separate account for each type of expense. You have a salary expense, rent expense, advertising expense, utilities expense. That's like I said, rent. You have your rent expense. Businesses strive to minimize their expenses to maximize net income. And so this is when you're doing T accounts. So like I said, you debit for increase, you debit on the left for increase, and you're gonna credit on the right for decrease. So this is that is the cash account. So the cash account, you debit on the left for increase. In other words, when I invested $100,000 in my business, I would debit my cash account on the left, and then I'm gonna also credit my owner's equity on the right, because if I invested $100,000 in my business. So it's just showing you the cash account. So, and it says increases and decreases of the account. So the initial accounting equation is assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. So I can do a couple of these transactions. Okay, the first one. Okay, we have one here. It says the second transaction, a $40,000 cash purchase of land. So I don't know why it's chalk is. Oh, okay. I always start with my C accounts. So it says a $40,000 cash purchase of land. So if I want to purchase some land for $40,000 and it say a cash, oh shoot. Let me see. Okay, there you go. So cash, $40,000 cash purchase of land. So it's gonna have to come out the cash account. So if I'm gonna purchase land for $40,000, I'm gonna credit my cash account. So this is debits on the left, credits on the right. I want to credit my cash account $40,000, and then I want to debit my land, because land becomes an asset. Debit land. I want to debit my land account $40,000, and I want to credit my cash $40,000 because it's coming out of my cash account. Okay, let that dry a little bit. Okay, let's see, find another one I could do. Okay, purchase $500 office supplies on account. Purchase $500 worth of office supplies on account. I could probably let that board dry, but let's see. So in other words, purchase $500 office supplies on account. So purchase office supplies. I'm gonna go with office supplies. Office supplies becomes an asset. So $500. Purchase office supplies on account. So office supplies becomes an asset. I want to debit office supplies $500. And since it was bought on account, I want to create accounts payable. I want to create accounts payable $500. See, so purchase office supplies on account for $500. Debit My office supplies, office supplies. If I purchase office supplies, that means if I purchase office supplies, I'm creating office. I'm creating an asset. So in other words, my business. If office supplies, I feel like my eyebrow business or my makeup business, whatever business I'm running, I still have an office set up. I need paper. I might need a printer. I need paper. I need ink cartridges. Whatever type of business I'm running. So, like I said, my eyebrow business, I need ink pen, pencils, paper, ink cartridges. I might need a printer. I might need a computer. My office. I have to have everything I need. I have to keep up with those. Um, I have to keep up with my technology. I need certain office supplies. I have to keep up with my technology. I need to bring that information into my business. I want to create that competitive advantage. I want to be able to bring information in. I need to access information technology or, information systems. I need to access information systems. I need pen and paper, I need I need to create those systems to bring that information in so I can keep up with the trends in the market. I can keep up with my competitors, my customers, my suppliers, my manufacturers. So my office supplies, I still whatever business you have, whatever business I have, I have a little office set to the side. I need office supplies. Like I said, I need printer paper. I need I may need stuff like this. You know, magic markers. I need ink pens, ink pens and things of that nature. So office supplies, $500 worth of office supplies, debit office supplies, bought them on account, so I want to credit accounts payable $500. So that's how that goes. So just about finished. Pretty much hood. You don't even need no whole lot. Keep it from eating a whole lot. You don't just want to sit around and eat all day. Eat all day because you gain too much weight. Ain't too much weight, then it's hard to get that weight off. So I'm not trying to. So I probably do my little workout video. I try to do a workout video too. I mean, just not the whole video, but just a little bit in the beginning of my video. So this is so that's that office supplies. So maybe do a couple more. Like I said, you run a business, you have everything you need. You run a business, you have everything you need. Your target market, your niche. Your target market, your niche, you're building your brand. You hire your employees. You have everything you need. You're building your brand, your target market, your niche. You hire your employees. You're hiring people from a diverse. You hire the people that you're hiring. You are creating a diverse workplace environment, so you can keep up with your competitors. You want to bring in, you want to bring in. If you have a manager, and your manager will, manager get things done through people. Your manager will need that information technology or that information system so they can bring in that information within the organization. They might need to do research. They want to find out the trends in the market. They might want to do this. They might want to do that. They need to keep up with the suppliers, manufacturers, competitors, employees, customers. So they want to, information technology. So having the right technology, whatever type of business you're running, that depends on the type of technology you may need. You might not need those big mainframes, supercomputers, mini computers, microcomputers. You might just need a few client computers and server computers. Server computer at a central. Server computers may be at a central location, another location in an office, in a building, off site. So you want your employees to be able to access certain information from the server. So you might not need that big mainframe or that supercomputer. The supercomputer is for mathematical computations, and that mainframe is for, uh, more than one transaction when you're creating, when you manipulating, I guess, when you're doing, or when you need to do more than one transaction at one time. That's when you need those big mainframes. Mainframes are real big. So some companies you don't need a mainframe because your business is not that big. So let's see. Let's find another one. Let me see. And then like I said, withdrawal. Okay. Okay, my business is, so like I said, my eyebrow business, and I have everything I need. So now, I went and purchased my supplies. I just did a supplies T account. So now let's do a withdrawal. So just say, for instance, maybe I need some more. Maybe I need to get some more supplies for my business, or something I need for my business. So I want to withdraw. I want to withdraw. So every transaction, I usually start out with 2 T accounts. So say, for instance, I need $10,000 out of the business account. So I want to create a withdrawal account. Withdrawal T account. Say, for instance, I need 10,000. I want to debit my withdrawal account 10,000, and it still will have to come out my cash account. So say owner withdrew 10,000 out the business bank account. So this is how you would do it. You would debit the withdrawal account for how much? 10,000, and since it's coming out of the cash account, I want to credit my cash account because, as I said, one of my previous videos, credit cash. When you credit the cash account, that means it's coming out. That's a decrease. So you credit the cash account 10,000, and I withdrew $10,000 out of the business bank account, so it's coming out the cash. Still coming out my cash, and it's coming out my withdrawal account. So that's how that one goes. Okay, let's see. I can do a couple more. So you running a business, is very important to keep up, with your books 9 times out of 10. With some owners, I guess, depending on how big the business is, they may do their own books. Now, if I was running a small business, I'm pretty sure I could probably do my own accounting books. Now, if I'm doing something big, and I had a big business, then I would have somebody working in my accounting department. Let's see. Okay, I think there's just one more right here. So this one right here, I could do this one. Land. I did land. Cash. So in other words, this is the initial accounting equation. Not equation, but this chart is not right. Okay, this is the initial one. Gary Line invested. For the initial one, Gary Line invested $50,000 in his business. So cash. This is Gary Line. He invested $50,000 in the business. So Gary Line, CPA, he had a certified public accounting business. He invested $50,000 in his business, and so we debit cash $50,000, credit on his equity $50,000. So when I started my business, I invested 10,000. I believe. Was it 20,000? 20,000, I believe. So it was a similar transactions, like a different amount. Okay, let's see if we can do maybe one more. Okay, I think that was the last one, but I guess I'll just read a few more items. Let's see. Okay, in other words, then we have something they call chart of accounts. It says to keep track of their accounts, to keep track of your business accounts, you can create a chart of accounts. So a chart of accounts that means you can list all the accounts that you have for your business, your revenue, your cash account, your revenue accounts, your expense accounts, your accrued expenses, your withdrawals account, your capital account, whatever accounts you have for your business. So it says to keep track of your business accounts, you can create something called the chart of accounts, which lists all the accounts and the account numbers. These account numbers are used as posting references. Accounts are identified by account numbers with 2 or more digits. Assets are often numbered beginning with 1. Liabilities with 2. Owner's equity with 3. Revenues 4 and expenses 5. Organizations with many accounts use lengthy account numbers. For example, the chart of accounts of a leading marketing research firm uses 5-digit account numbers. And then we have normal balance of an account. An account's normal balance is on the side of the account, debit or credit, where increases are recorded. So in other words, the balance of the account, wherever you increase, so in other words, whatever side you increase it on. Oh, I had to get. Say for instance, we have the cash account. So it says an account's normal balance is on the side debit or credit where increases are recorded. So in other words, if I have a cash account and I invest in my business, say for instance I have my $10,000. This is the side I increased. I increased on the debit side. So this is the account. This is the side where I will put my balance. BAL period. So that's what it's saying. Whatever side you have for your normal, whatever side you increase on, that is where you put your normal balance. So just then, if you have your owner's equity account. So I have my owner's equity. I increase my owner's equity on the credit side. So if I increase my owner's equity on the credit side, then this is the side where I will put my balance. So I might take, say for instance, you increase on the right hand side owner's equity where you credit owner's equity $10,000. So say for instance you take out some more money. You take out $5,000, you have $5,000 left. So $5,000, your balance will be over here on the credit side, because this is the side where you initially increased it. So you increased your owner's equity on the right side, you credit it. Like you debit cash for increase. So the balance will go on the left side. So that's what the book is saying. So that's what I remember from my memory anyway. And so in other words, cash and other assets usually have a debit balance. Yep. See? So cash has a debit balance. BAL. Then it says liabilities and owner's equity usually have a credit balance. See, owner's equity. Liabilities and owner's equity have a credit balance. So in liabilities account, liabilities and owner's equity usually have a credit account, or credit balance. For example, cash will have a temporary credit balance if the entry or overdraws its bank account. And it's accounts payable normally a credit balance account. Accounts payable because when you increase accounts, usually you increase accounts payable on the right hand side. So give you another piece of chalk. So what they're saying is when you whatever side you increase on, that's the side where you have your balance. So in other words, if we have accounts payable, we have accounts payable. So when we increase accounts payable, in other words, say for instance, I bought office supplies on account. So I bought office supplies on account. Say for instance, $500. I just had that transaction. So I would debit my office supplies $500. Debit office supplies $500, and then accounts payable, I bought it on account. So I bought it on account $500. I'm gonna credit accounts payable. So this is the side I increase it on. So this is the side where my balance would be. Whatever side you increase on, that's the side where your balance would be. Accounts payable, $500. I want to credit on the right hand side. And this is office supplies. So I increase office supplies on the left side. So this is the side where my balance would be. So, all right, class. Thanks for joining me today. And what I'm going to do, I want to say, I want to close out for today. And I want to say thanks for joining me. And I think that's it. Just went over a few little things. I think I got one more in here. Okay, well, it said Nicholas invested $10,000 in a business bank account. So it's a similar transaction. So I always start out with 2 T accounts. This is the last one I'm going to do. Nicholas invested $10,000 cash in a business bank account. So we're going to still have cash in owner's equity. He invested $10,000. So Nicholas invested $10,000 in the business bank account. So I want to debit cash, $10,000. Credit owner's equity. So this is the credit side and the debit side. So, and then this was where the balance would be. The balance will be whatever side you increase on, that's where your balance will be. And my balance will be over here. So, $10,000, Nicholas invested $10,000 in the business. So $10,000 on the debit cash, $10,000. And credit on his equity, $10,000. So class, I'm going to close out today because it's about an hour. I don't want to go too long because sometimes if the video is too long, then, I don't want it to get rejected. So I'm going to say thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. So, maybe doing, sometimes do a little more tutorials videos, do a little more tutorials, so, you know, accounting. So there's nothing wrong with refreshing my memory and your memory as well. So I might do some more of the book tomorrow, you know, or later on. I might do another video later on, but I'm going to clean this board up a little bit better than this. And I want to say thanks for joining me. You're with the Cheryle Hubbard Show. I want to say thanks for joining me today. Hope to see you back here again. Same place, same time, same channel. And see, I have these magic markers. These are good. They also have a big one like this. It's a thick one. And I use these so, you know, when I'm making my little chart, I have all different colors. All different colors. So when I'm making my charts and stuff, so when I'm making my, you know, charts for my accounting, tutorials, I do use these. So I ate this whole thing. That was so good. I got a couple big ones. And I got plenty of water right here. Mouth still dry though, you know. So I want to say, class, thanks for joining me today. See you back here, same place, same time, same channel, the Cheryle Hubbard Show. And I want to say, you all have a good one. So I might do a little exercise routine for my next video, but you all have a good one.